Hi, welcome back to the Small Caucus Podcast. As always, I'm Patch, that's Kinez, and that's Will.
Hey everyone, we're back.
Long time.
It's the last one was in like
Almost the last one.
February or January?
January, probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Well, we're 2 months ago. Oh, it premiered. I premiered on February 22nd. Don't know when we recorded it, but
I'm pretty sure we recorded it like 2 weeks before that one.
Yeah, we recorded it.
yeah, I think
a while
yeah.
He had a lot of editing to do. A lot of time spent in the booth. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, of course. So much.
Perfecting
It's
the craft.
crazy how much
Had to
editing
really
I do.
perfect it.
Yeah, but we're back. Yeah, Kinez is back.
I'm back.
Patch and I talked about doing an episode maybe once or twice while he was gone. I don't think it.
Really pan out.
Yeah, and then Kinez comes back and we're doing an episode in like a week. So
Hell yeah.
so
Gotta get the
welcome
ball
back.
rolling. Thank you.
All right. Well, before we get into everything, we want to do the beer first, and then we can kind of dive into kind of the main topics at hand today.
Yes, sir.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right. Red Stripe, baby. Who picked this one?
It was me, kind of.
As
Yeah,
Just kind of suggested it.
kind of a communal choice on this one.
yeah. I don't.
I think it's our first lager that we're drinking from Jamaica.
Oh.
Jamaican lager.
Definitely the first Jamaican lager.
Yeah, that's for sure. I don't know
Yeah.
about first lager, but you know. Okay, good. Mine expires in August.
I didn't even check my expiration date.
Oh, they're
It's
11.2 fluid ounces.
Expired in 2015. Ooh.
What?
Nah, I'm fucking.
I would doubt it, dude. I bought beer that was like a year expired at college, and
I mean, it says is it sell by or expires on? Because the sell by is like
Dude, that's
you know.
always a confusing thing.
Yeah.
Like, tell me exactly what date this is going to poison me if I drink it.
yeah, pretty much.
It's always with milk too. So I just smell it and I'm like, if it smells
Yeah,
like
smell
sour,
test is easy with that.
yeah.
That
Beer,
we
not so much.
that happened to us in Hoboken like a couple weeks ago, or it was probably a couple months ago. They were selling. It was like a 36 of Coors Light, but it was in this like bag, like portable bag. So I was like, oh, I gotta buy that. Like, it was way too much money. I was like, I have to buy it. But obviously, no one was buying it because it was expired by like 6 months. Here, and it did taste a little funky, but we still drank like half. But no, won't die.
Beer is beer.
Yeah.
Well, overall, good taste. I don't know. Tastes like a lager.
It's definitely a lager.
Are we ready to rate?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Pete, you want to start us off?
I'll give it a nice Shaquille O'Neal Yao Ming 7-1. You know, just a solid 7.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna Price is Right you here and say it's a 7-2.
7-2, nice. And for me, I mean, it's decent, nothing special. 7.3.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean,
Combo.
This is like what people who like haven't drank beer just imagine that beer tastes like. Like this is just like this tastes like just a beer.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything special. It's pretty generic. Better than some shit, not better than others.
Yeah, it's better than light beer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid beer though. Definitely wouldn't mind drinking one when I'm out.
I don't really see it ever when I'm out, but
I have like never seen this at a bar.
Yeah.
Well, they also have funny little bottles, like little
they're
chode looking.
The bottles are good, man. Lagers should come in these brown bottles. I mean, all
I think
beers
they
should come
do.
in
It's just
clear
the
bottles.
neck is short. It's normally just like a long neck.
Well, this is only 11.2. Oh, instead of
So you don't get the
they're
the up.
skimping us.
Yeah,
because
paying
I
too
guess
much
it's
for
like
this
it's pretty
shit.
like when you grab it.
Feels weird. Like I feel like I'm grabbing like a miniature drink.
Like
Like, it's missing the neck.
what are those Coronitas?
Coronitas.
Coronitas, yeah.
Coronitas.
I've also
That's
seen
ones.
little Modelos too, but they have long necks still. It's just like a
Yeah, right.
tiny.
Yeah.
The little Coronas. The only time I've ever like actually seen people drinking those is if it's
Oh, I gotta stop
upside down in a
moving
margarita.
my desk.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too. Sunrise thingamajig. I don't know that, but
Would you guys say that this beer embodies the spirit, rhythm, and pulse of Jamaica and its people?
I guess I don't. You know,
Dude,
it's.
oh,
I don't know if they're big beer people. I know they're big
Big ganja.
something else. Oh well, they keep kicking my desk.
got the scuff set up.
I know. All right, we're good.
So, Pete, how was boot camp?
Back
It was
from the Air
good.
Force, brother.
Yeah, I'm officially back. Boot camp was easy in my opinion. A lot different than what I expected it to be. Thought it'd be like a lot of like getting yelled at and then doing PT.
Right.
But we probably PT'd like less, just under an hour each day, and then maybe they'd make us do push-ups once a day.
And when you
And
say
like,
PT, you're obviously talking about pterodactyling, right?
oh yeah, so PT stands for physical training, is
There
their
you go.
their
That's our
term
best.
for it. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, everything kind of becomes just like second nature. But yeah. So I mean, like the structure of boot camp was like 5:45 a.m. wake up, little horns go off, little trumpet, and then your
Is it
MTI
like
military training instructor banging on the door. He's like, "Let me in," and then you got to have two guys at all times in the dorm. Just like you got to wear your camo hat and have your rifle around your shoulder. They're like little fake toy guns though. That like they look real, but they're fake. And you're the EC, which stands for entry controller. So you just monitor who comes in and out of the dormitory, and you can only let in people with the authority to enter. So there's like entry procedures, and if like a woman is going into the guys' dorm, because like if guys are changing or whatnot, you have to yell out like a lady entering the dormitory, and then everyone has to like repeat it back. So yeah, sometimes
that's
when like
funny.
our friends would walk in, we'd be like, "Hey, lady entering the dormitory," but it'd just be like a dude. But yeah, so they would like let the sergeant in. He'd come in, be like, "Get up, wake up." They weren't allowed to curse, which I thought was funny. So they'd be like, "Wake the piss up, trainee." We were all trainees, and "Wake the piss up! Come on, let's move, let's move." We go like, "Wake up, brush our teeth, shave your face, just throw on PT clothes, go downstairs," and then they'd give us like this little morning assembly thing. You're all just kind of like standing there in a line, and they're like,
So
sing a little Air Force song.
was there anybody that was like designated as the person who had to wake up all the piss?
No, that was the ECs, I guess technically, but some of the sergeants had keys, so they would just open the door and then they just pop right in, yell at us. But I mean, after like 3 days of the yelling, you kind of just realize they're just like yelling so everyone can hear them. They're not like angry all the time, and when they yell at you, like it's more effort for them to yell at you than it is for you to get yelled at. So you just kind of stand there. Like you don't even have to say anything too. You could literally stand there and just like everyone masters that like 1,000-yard stare is what they call it. You're just looking ahead, just eyes just completely like you're in another world. Like you're not even
Looking at
yeah.
him though.
No, you're not. Especially if you're at like attention is what it's called. You're like stiff as a board, like head and eyes straight forward, not moving. Like you literally cannot move. So like there's times when they'll like line you up outside, have you stand at attention, and they'll just sit there, wait for someone to move, and then just run up as soon as someone moves. Like, hey, trainee, are you moving at the position of attention? What the flip are you doing, trainee? And then it's like, sorry, sergeant. And it's like, I don't want to hear your sorries. I don't want your sorries. Do better. It's like, all right, dude. But yeah, I mean, it's an experience. To me, it wasn't difficult. I don't think to anyone there it was really difficult. There were some kids like had anxiety or like missed home too much, so they get sent home. But besides that, like if you didn't get injured, you were likely getting through. Like this one kid, like our PT test, like week 5, like 40 or 33 push-ups, 40 something sit-ups, and a mile and a half run in like 13:36. Like you just got to do that. And this one kid got like 16 sit-ups on week 2 or week 3 because you have like week 1 PT test like check. You could fail it, it doesn't matter. It's just for them to see where you're at. And then a week 3 one, they still just want to get like a benchmark. He got 16 sit-ups in a minute. So everyone was like, "Oh shit, like this kid's probably not going to make it." What happens if you fail though is you just get recycled. So they just send you back 2 weeks in training. They just put you with another flight. And you kind of just still,
And
yeah. So it's not
can
bad.
you just keep going back until you?
Nah, like you get
You
so
just
you
keep
get 3
going back and forth
chances.
forever.
Yeah, there's people that are there for a while. Plus, if you like do something bad, like you have like a bad attitude or something, or you're talking back, you get an unsatisfactory for the week. If you get 2 of those, they might just send you back to week 0. Like you just got to start all over, no matter what week you are. But I think that kid ended up passing his PT test, which is props to him.
How many sit-ups was it? 30 something.
He got like 40 something sit-ups in a minute. It's mad because the Air Force sit-up is like it's not full sit-ups. Put your arms like this, and your elbows just have to touch your thighs, and then your shoulder blades just have to touch the ground. So it's like crunches.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's
They're not like
really easy.
full. You're not like full up and down, kind of.
Yeah. So once all of us got the form down, like I like doubled my sit-ups. Like I went from I think I got like 30 the first week because everyone kind of dogs the first one because they like want their benchmark to be low, so you show a lot of improvement.
Yeah.
And then like by week 3, I think I got like 50 something. So
Nice.
So
yeah,
was PT? So PT was legitimately just like the
just
push-ups,
in the morning.
crunches, and running. Like, what did you do
That
during
was what we were
PT?
tested on. During PT,
Okay.
you get like every day, depends on the day. There'll be a 24-minute run day once or twice a week.
Okay.
Then there's like strength building, which is like push-ups, sit-ups. You start with like jumping jacks and stuff like that, and then you get into like side planks, stuff like that. You're doing like in and outs. Like it's a lot of like core and just
Yeah.
like arm strength. I don't remember all the exercises. I just know they were a pain in the dick. 'Cause there's like pyramid push-ups where
Oh
you do
yeah.
one, you roll to your right, and then you just sit there and you just do this. And like you would think that is so trivial. After like you do one, then you roll back after that, you do 2 push-ups and then 2 of these. Like when you hit 7, like your shoulders are so dead, just going like this like hurts.
Yeah.
And then you got to go back down. So you go up to 8 and then back down to 1. So
Oh, okay.
those are fucking killer. But like if you can't do it, like if you're struggling, like they don't mind if you kind of take a little breather as long as you're literally not just sitting there because then they'll be like this one
Yeah.
guy, the technical sergeant next door, he was for our brother flight. Technical sergeant, by the way, is not like technically a sergeant. He's like a sergeant, but it's just like it goes staff sergeant, then technical sergeant. So he's like the second tier of sergeant. He was like a hardo. There was this one guy in our brother flight who would always just like, he just could not do push-ups. Because he like ran up right next to him. He's like, "Is this your commitment to excellence? Is it what you're gonna do? You can't do a push-up. Look at all your brothers and sisters in arms doing their push-ups." And he just gets down next to him and starts cranking out push-ups while he's yelling at him like to his right. And he's just like, "Trainee, imagine if you were in the trenches and they saw you dogging something, and would you leave your brothers and sisters behind?" And this kid like literally cannot do any more push-ups. He's like, "No, sergeant, no," and he just can't do a push-up. But I mean, besides that, like it was really easy. They like have us run over to the pull-up bars. You do as many as you can, then run to the back of the line, and you're all jogging in place. And then when it's your turn, you just do it. And they have like these little chants that they do, like to kind of like hype you up. Some of them were kind of cool, but besides that, it was just like it's 6 in the morning, so it's
Yeah. It's early.
kind of a blur. Yeah, everyone's not
And
really fully woken up yet.
did you have like firearm training?
Yeah, they give us M16s. Like everyone's wall locker has one from day one. You don't really touch them. Like you learn to take them apart and put them back together a lot. Then you go outside week 1 or 2 and just learn like there's no magazine, so it's just a gun empty magazine. You learn how to like open up the chamber, look to see if it's loaded, how to change from like safety, how to check the safety, like safety to semi-auto to burst, and then like what you're supposed to do is like hold it and be like mag, safety, chamber, like good, and then like put it back on your arm and walk to the back of the line. So it's like gun safety first, and then week 6 you go to beast week, which is where you actually get to shoot them. But it's a lot of taking it apart and just putting it back together. Like I didn't shoot a single gun.
Huh. Damn.
Yeah. So
What,
sadly.
so would you have though if
Mhm.
whatever? Okay.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know, I was entry level separated from the Air Force due to lying about something when I enlisted, which was not a fun process to go through. I'm not going to lie, because my job gets polygraph tested. So I had to come forward before I got polygraph tested, or I would have gotten like dishonorable discharge.
That
So
would really sucked.
that would really fucking suck.
Yeah.
So that like happened during week 5. So I still went through like majority of training essentially to completion. Like I passed, like they have a PCs, your progress checks. So like all through boot camp, you're folding a lot of clothes, you're making a lot of beds, and you're keeping like your shoes displayed properly where your like bunk is. You know, you can't have any like unauthorized items in your area. So like they just after like week 5, they just test you to see if like you folded all your clothes properly. There's nothing in your pockets. There's like all that, which was like the easiest fucking test in the world to pass. So like all those tests I passed, and then during week 5 is when they were like, essentially during week 4 is when I had to go through sensitive skills training for my job, which is where I told them about it. And then it took them a week to like process the paperwork or whatever. And then eventually, like week 5, they told me I was being separated, so they moved me to med hold. So like, I was pretty pissed that day, not gonna lie. And then
I would
med hold
imagine.
ended up spending fucking 4, almost 5 weeks in. It was terrible. Just like you do the same shit you do in boot camp. It's just like after. So like essentially, they wake up, same thing, go down assembly, go back upstairs, you know, neaten up your area, go down, eat breakfast, come back up. You do, it's called dust downs and details. You got to like dust down the whole dorm and then sweep the floors, like clean the bathroom, make sure the beds are lined up straight, stuff like that. And then they'll come up and inspect it. And then if everything's in inspection order, they're like, all right, you're good. So like in boot camp, they're like, they inspect you. And if you fail, then like you have to redo everything. And then they'll probably give you like push-ups and stuff to do. In MedHold, if you fail, they just like, you had a PS4 and like the day room is what it's called to watch movies. So they just wouldn't give you the cables for it. So you couldn't watch movies. And then after that, like you just sit there like all day. You do nothing. Like, so I would just work out. Like I would go down to the athletic trainer and we had like a little gym area. So I'd like work out for an hour and then just kind of like sit there and watch movies. So I did get to see like a lot of Marvel movies. Like saw all the Spider-Man.
I've been watching so many fucking movies.
So many fucking movies, dude. And playing a lot of Mortal Kombat. Not really even playing, just watching because I'd suck at that game and whoever won got to stay on. So I would, at some points, I wouldn't even play. I would just kind of watch. But
Dude, if you go up against somebody who actually knows how to like really play that game and bust out combos,
yeah,
the match
like,
is over in like 12 seconds.
And a lot of people in MedHold, no offense to them, great guys, but I like they were like a lot of them were just fucking nerds. Like they were just like either going out of training because they were like depressed, sadly. Some of them got injured. A lot of people got what I got. Some people failed their drug tests, and then like some people just like they couldn't pass their PT test because like they're just not in shape, and like you could tell they'd spent a lot of time playing Mortal Kombat before coming to boot camp, so they were there just getting separated, and they could play that game for sure.
Now,
But
just
yeah, what's up?
so you said worked out when you were in metal, you'd go down to the gym or whatever, lift weights. Did you guys do anything like that during normal boot camp, or is that solely?
Oh,
No.
No. So boot camp there is no weights. So it's just
It's all
every
body weight.
morning. Yeah,
Light
every
stuff.
morning after 5:45 a.m. assembly, you kind of finish around 6, and then they march you out to the drill pad. And they do it that early because like when it gets hotter, and it's Texas, so it's
Right.
pretty hot. So like at 6 in the morning, it's like a perfect like 60 degrees. So they just have us out on the drill pad, like no sun. The sun's not even up yet. It's kind of still dark out, and you gotta just like they just yell out the exercise. And then they're like, 1, 2, 3. And every time they say that, we're like, 1. And then you just go up in number until you finish. And yeah. And the MTIs are kind of just walking around, making sure everyone's doing it. They'll yell at you if you're like dogging it or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, so like everyone was kind of like shocked that like we never really got to exercise. Some people were like athletic. Like one guy, the guy next to me, he's from Camden, I think. Camden, or like grew up in Patterson, moved to Camden, or vice versa. And he was like an athletic trainer, so he was like annoyed that he couldn't like actually work out. Like he was probably like getting in worse shape just by being there. But and then so like besides our morning PT, the only other exercise we got was like if we needed motivation. So like they would, if we were like dragging our feet or we kept fucking something up, they'd be like, all right, everyone find some real estate. So you kind of spread out and they're like, all right, get down on your face. Like, looks like you guys need some motivation. So they make us do like 30, 40 push-ups. Then we get up and they'd yell, hydrate. So you got to like drink from your water bottle. And then we'd have to say, thank you for the motivation, sir. Which was kind of funny. But
thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So my sergeant, like my flight was pretty good. Like we never really fucked up much, but still one time like we were outside of the dining facility and the flight next to us is just getting absolutely fucking throttled. Like they're fucking up left and right. So they're doing a lot of motivation. He goes, you know what? I like that. We should do some motivation too. So we do push-ups and we get up and he's like, y'all weren't fucking anything up. I just think we got to stay motivated. You know what I mean? We're like, yes, Sergeant Hager, thank you.
So you like what did you so you kind of like explained, you guys did your morning, you did your lineups or whatever have you. Like how do you feel, like what else fills the rest of the day, because it seems like the days aren't that packed.
Some days is literally like we had to get fitted for our uniforms, so we go and we just spend half the day getting clothes. Like they're just handing out clothes, putting it all in a duffel bag, making sure you get like your hats, your shoes, your pants, shirts, all that, like all decked out in it. And then the rest goes in a duffel bag. You bring that back to the dorm, and then you got to put it up in the wall locker. So it was a lot of folding clothes, making your bed, cleaning up the dorm. We'd have like
Sounds
meetings about like some other shit. You learn like drill too. You just learn how to march and like stand straight up, and like you have to, if you ever want to like turn somewhere, you got to turn in like a certain way. And if you're like marching together and you got to make a turn, everyone's got to like do it in like a certain way. So like you learn stuff like that. There were days like we learned, like we went to the sand pit and we kind of like, you get our guns and you learn how to like low crawl, like head on the ground so that you can't be shot, and then like slightly less lower crawl where like you're going faster but you're staying low to the ground with like your gun on your back and trying to keep the barrel out of the sand and stuff like that. We learned like outside drills for like security details. If like someone's approaching whatever you're protecting, you got like two guys up fronts with their guns pointed at the dude, and the dude's like walking forward and you got to be like, stop, put your hands above your head, like do this. And if they don't listen to you, you got to be like, tell them again. And if they don't listen, you either run up and like gun butt them, like use minimal force, or if they have a weapon, you just fucking shoot them. Which is like, yeah, you got to say like fire trigger safety. You just take your gun off safety and just. But obviously we still used the fake gun, so we weren't shooting anyone.
Well, yeah.
So were you like holding the fake guns, and when you had to shoot, just going bang, bang, bang?
No, it's so if you're gonna unload your weapon, so you have your trigger hand, and so like your hand's gonna be on the trigger, like this finger, your thumb is gonna be on like the safety, so it's always on safety. You just flip it up to semi-auto, and you gotta yell fire trigger when you pull the trigger, and then flip it back onto safety, and then you say safety. So you just go fire trigger safety, but like you're moving, you're actually doing it while you're saying it, and then the person has to be like, oh, I'm dead.
Fart.
I'm dead. Oh no.
Yeah. So, a lot of others, like it's a lot of paperwork. Like week 1, they had us fill out this whole questionnaire about like whether or not you'd ever been depressed, or like one of the questions, it was like 100 questions. It was a Scantron, and one of the questions was, have you ever felt sad? And everyone just put no, because they're like, they'll literally send you home just for
feeling
depression
sad?
if you've ever felt that. Yeah, because like they're trying to get you to like, let's say you never told when you were enlisting, you were like, oh, I've never had depression. But then on that questionnaire, you put, "Oh, I felt sad." They're like, "Oh, so you've had depression in the past? Why didn't you tell us when you came in?" It's like they'll just send you home for that. So like, they're always trying to get you on shit like that, which is like, I don't know why. I
Well,
guess
they
because the
don't
Air
like
Force is.
I guess it might be they're just being extra precautious. They don't want any like kind of outside factor to affect these people.
Yeah, I think
So,
it's
like,
previous lawsuits. It has to have been because like
okay.
Yeah,
I don't
I'd
I
agree
don't
with that.
ever recall our military in the past being too selective of their choices.
No,
But also
definitely
like
not.
there's plenty of people enlisting nowadays, so they're probably trying to weed some out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean paperwork, tests, like shit like that, like
And
changing,
so,
showering, eating.
were you guys like given news about like Ukraine and Russia during your time there?
Very minimal. It was just we'd have like daily postings. So like they'd start of the day, the sergeant would slip a little like paper under the door, just like one page paper with. They were good with giving us like all news sources. So we had Fox and CNN, and then we had Air Force News and I want to say MSNBC. I don't know. MSNBC never really reported anything about the war. It was all CNN reporting about the war. I'd imagine they all did, but they just kind of
Yeah.
took whatever. But it was a lot of just like when I was in, I think the most we like heard of was like, okay, Russia's moving troops towards Ukraine, but they're saying they're not doing anything. And then like a couple days later, it's like, Russia's bombing them. So we were like,
Yeah.
who saw that coming?
It was like literally like within the span of a couple days, it was like Russia has moved troops, but they're saying they're not going to attack. And then
Yeah.
2 days later, it's like Russia has blown up 13 middle schools in
Yeah,
Ukraine.
literally. And they were bombing like civilians and stuff too. Like
Oh yeah,
but that's
it's really
essentially
fucked
all the
up.
news we got. I stopped reading it. Like they still gave us it in Medhold, but I just didn't care. I was like, all right, movie time.
Plus, the networks just slowly stop talking about it.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
as time goes
It got to
on.
the point where like the most I ever heard about it was on like Instagram pages.
Oh yeah. Well, then there was, I kind of get reminded of it if, social media or whatever you see someone has a Ukraine flag or whatever.
Yeah, a
I kind
lot
of
of
just
them.
get
A lot of
reminded.
Ukraine flags
A
flying
lot of
out
them
Yeah.
around.
in
Yeah,
Chicago.
No Russian. So
no Russians.
good job,
No
guys.
Russian.
No Russian.
No Russian.
Well,
Great mission from MW2.
so okay, so just to inform the people, I know a little bit about it. So then what's next now that you're back and for
um,
you?
I'm trying to re-enlist or just start school up again. Kind of seeing whichever option is better right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just back to my old job working while I figure that out. And then yeah, just kind of back to square one, I guess. Or I wouldn't really call it square one, but
No.
I still got a job, still putting things in motion. Just kind of time, gotta wait, see what happens. So
Hmm.
Well, that's good. Kind of. That's the same job you had before, right? They just let you
yeah,
come right back in.
yeah, they were. It feels like they were kind of short on people, so they were kind of grateful that I'm back,
Yeah.
which feels
Yeah, I
good
feel like
because
a lot of restaurant industry jobs and like just like anybody who has like hourly workers, a lot of places like that are struggling to find people to work for them.
yeah, I mean, it's just no one wants to work right now, and prices of everything's going up, and wages are not getting higher. So
Well, that's true. I know it.
Like, dude, airfare prices right now are unbelievably expensive.
yeah, I
Now,
think my flight back was 300 or 400.
oh, okay. So yeah. So I don't really know because before these past 2 weeks I've been flying into Houston for work. And I don't know what the normal price is, but I believe my airfare for each week round trip was like mid to high 400s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Now I don't know if that's expensive because I don't take many flights, but I would assume that is.
it is. Yeah,
pretty pricey.
I had a one way for about that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on my way back from Texas, but
I guess
like
one
I
ways
think for
normally
a round
are.
trip, that's not that bad.
Dude, the other week, I would like, not the other week, like a month and a half ago, maybe, I was looking into a flight down to Houston to go to the launch party for Tinytinas Wonderlands.
Ooh, nice.
Because we got invited to
We
that.
gotta talk about that, but yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'm looking at the airfare. It's like still like 2.5 weeks away, this launch party. And to get from Chicago to Houston, no nonstop flights. There's all stops. And I could not find a single ticket price round trip that was cheaper than $2,000.
Jesus Christ.
So I was just like,
2,000?
all right, well, fuck it. I don't need to go to a party in Houston for like one day. I'll
2,000.
chill here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how long of a flight is that from Chicago?
I'm
No,
not really sure.
because I was gonna say like because my flight, I flew out of Newark. I guess now you all know we live near Newark. For those who don't know us, not many of you.
If they don't know us, they probably don't even know what Newark is.
Yeah. So and it was about a 3.5.
Anybody who knows about Newark knows about us.
That's true.
Yeah, it was about a 3.5 to 4 hour flight to Houston. And
Yeah,
that
I
was
think it might
like
be 6 hours, maybe for
that was
me.
for you.
For us, it's like I'm pretty sure Texas is just like straight down. From
Well,
me.
also Houston is it's like pretty south. I believe it's close to the water. I might be stupid, but I
I
believe
thought it was like right in the middle of Texas. It's like somewhat eastern Texas, but like pretty much in the middle.
you might be
I don't
right.
know.
I don't really want to.
What's more south, Houston
No,
or San
Houston.
Antonio?
Okay.
I know
I think San
Austin
Antonio
is
is more
right
south.
in the
So
middle.
yeah,
of
Houston,
San
dude,
Antonio
is
and Houston.
so Texas is what's right in the middle. Texas, Waco, even Dallas is pretty north. San
No, Texas
Antonio
is
is like
right in the middle of Texas. No way.
Texas is right in the middle of
what?
Texas.
Who would have thought?
So,
Are you
did
talking
I say
about
that?
Dallas?
You mean
Dallas is in the middle.
Dallas. Oh shit. San Antonio's like right below Austin, but yeah, Houston is really close to water. You guys won't get to see this. I'm gonna just do a quick live editing in here. Why not? All right, guys. So this is Texas right here. Right. For those of you on audio, sucks to suck. Yeah. So yeah, Houston. So it looks like there's a little like port or bay, but yeah, Houston's very close to the water. But it is like with how big Texas is, it's south. It's like by the little guy on the bottom.
Boot.
Yeah, sure. Boot.
Yeah, the little Texas like.
Yeah, the little.
Oh, I guess I have to do it the other way. It's like.
But yeah, so it's pretty. But when I went to Houston, I went to my office outside, on the outskirts. I didn't really get downtown and all that jazz. So, but other time, I
Oh my
guess.
gosh.
Only place I've ever been in Texas was Austin. That's a fun city.
Yeah, I'm
I heard good things.
I'm trying to go there for the Austin Grand Prix in October.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Hell yeah, bud.
I'm trying to get down there sometime soon to visit my buddy Graw.
That's a name.
It's his
Raw.
last name.
Just gonna say that.
First name
Graw.
Dan.
Oh, okay. Not as cool. I thought it.
Boring.
But yeah. So Patch. I don't think the game wasn't released. Now it has been.
Yeah, I can
You wanna,
talk about the game where it's on.
Yeah, you should talk on that.
Spin-off of Borderlands, great series, and it's called Tinytinas Wonderlands. Borderlands, but with a little mix of like, D&D fantasy elements of like, there's a whole lot more luck-based stuff going on there. You they still have loot chests because that's a pretty integral part of the game, but you can find these like D&D dice scattered around the world, and every time you find one, your loot luck increases, and so you'll be getting better guns from every drop. And then there's like an overworld. So like you'll be in a level, and then you'll go out into the overworld, and it's like a little tabletop overworld, and you got a little tabletop character, pretty much. Like, your guy is tiny body, giant fucking head, just wobbling around the overworld. All you can do up there is just punch the shit out of things. And there'll be like random encounters that just pop up and draw you into a firefight. And that's when you go like back into the first person view.
Oh, so it's like standard Borderlands with like that extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Standard Borderlands like gameplay for most of the game, and they got the signature Borderlands humor. Although it's a little toned down because they went with a T for teen rating instead of a for this one, because they wanted to
Okay.
for audience. So yeah, it's not as gruesome, but it's really fun. It's a great game.
Yeah, there's like a 99% chance I get that game.
Oh,
Unless
yeah.
I die. So if I die, I won't be getting it. But
Well, I heard there are free copies getting slid our way from patch at some, so I'm still holding out.
I don't know who came up with this idea.
I did in
but
my own head.
Nah, I got
you
a free
should see if they
copy,
can.
though.
That's fair.
You should see if they let you voice a character, and like if you ever work on another project, that'd be dope. Even like an NPC, like a random civilian or whatever.
Just like some random dude where you just like bump into them and they're like, "Hey, watch it."
Yeah, that'd be good. Get your
They give him a name
line
and
to
just be
fame.
Patches. Patches Crow Houlihan.
That would be good.
I mean, Patches Crow Houlihan's got to be a main character, man.
It's got to be.
It's got main character vibes, that name.
Oh yeah.
But you know, all depends.
But how long did that take to work on the game?
So I was working on that game for like almost 6 months, I think, maybe 5 months. But I joined like very late development. Like I had been working on the game for only like 2 months before the announcement trailer dropped and gameplay trailers started dropping. And then I left that project, rolled onto a different project. I want to say a week before release. But it's like it had been in development for years, like all games.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
Game, you'll be working on a game and it's like, oh, when's this going to release? Oh, in 3 fucking years. Cool.
What specifically did you work on?
I worked on pretty much any sound that you hear in any menu in the whole game. I hooked that up. Like I went into the code and I was like, okay, when this happens, play this sound. I didn't record the sounds obviously, but I hooked that all up. And I also did a lot of work on the credits of just like somebody else at my company. They had written all the stuff for the like slideshow that goes on in the credits. They had set that all up, but I came in, took over their position when they rolled off onto a different project, and I took ownership of that. And so when we finally started getting the credits done, about a month before release, there was just so much shit that had to be dealt with to get it like fully functional and looking decent.
So when I leave a review for the game, I'll be like 10 out of 10, only because the menu sounds were so perfect and the credits looked amazing.
Yes.
It's gonna be the first review they ever get. I'll be like, oh, the menu sounds were just
Hey,
perfect.
make sure to watch the credits all the way through, because I'm in there.
I don't think I've done that in ever.
So what does it say for you? Like the credits are going, your name comes down. What is like your technically like I guess title for the whatever?
Programmer, I think it says.
Programmer.
I'm not even sure if it says programmer. I think it might just say my name, but it's in like a section with like my company's called Disbelief. And we have our section in the credits where it's every Disbelief employee who worked on the game.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
It is very
pretty cool. Took a picture. The like 2 days after it came out, I got my key to play the game, and just like before I even played a second of the game, right from the main menu, I went credits. Let's go.
That's pretty cool. So you're, I know that from this, you couldn't really say much, but are you on a new, exciting project or?
I am on an exciting new project that I can't talk about.
Of course.
But what
Well,
I can talk about,
yeah, go ahead.
what we can publicly talk about now because they announced it, is my company did a project for NASA.
Ooh,
Whoa.
It is like a VR Mars mission training engine where
that's sick.
they
That's so
build
cool.
their own training simulations for VR.
That actual astronauts like use to.
Yeah, like NASA will actually be using it to train people.
That's
dope.
so cool.
Yeah, really, really
That's
cool
so
shit.
sick.
I didn't
Wow.
get to work on that project, but it's pretty sweet. They actually, like, NASA put out this thing where they're releasing like a stripped down version of the engine, where people can build their own like training simulation type of things, and it's like a competition for, I don't know, you make a good training simulation, you win something. I didn't read the article.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool stuff. It's it's sometimes stressful being in an industry where you get so much insider information, and
Right.
you're just not being able to talk about it with anybody.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a programmer. Oh, what do you program? Things,
I can't
stuff. You know,
say.
What do you program? I can neither confirm nor deny.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah. At least you're enjoying, what you're doing. Working
Yeah,
on cool games. That's
it's a cool
that's
spot
dope.
to be.
That's dope.
Well, speaking of women, today's rap lyric that
Ooh.
I came up with, for the first time ever, I used a female's lyrics, so I tried to also
And why?
mirror that. Yeah, I'm not sexist. I want to allow women are rappers too.
It's also it's
Yesterday
it's
was Mother's
Monday.
Day.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
day after
Mother's Day,
Mother's
yeah.
Day. So Kinez found some
Uh,
mothers, maybe young mothers, maybe.
Um,
We don't
I don't
know.
think, to be honest, I don't think she's a mom. She talks about
Oh, they're the same person on both.
she talks a lot.
Oh,
Well,
wait,
other
there's
than
only
the
one.
skin.
I know she's like publicly
Yeah.
gone out and said stuff about. Never mind.
Yeah,
All right.
don't. Okay.
So
Well,
here are
okay,
our
we got him up, so go
lyrics.
ahead, Pete.
Hose so busted, hose is so crusty. These bitches is my sons, and I don't want custody. Is number one. Number two is whole squad on fleek. Limousine full of Barbies. These other hoes cheap. Look like dollar menu Arby's.
Now, is that technically dollar or is it dollar?
I'm just I can't say because I don't want to spoil whether or not whose lyric it is.
I
I just
guess I
like
didn't think about that. I don't know how that would, but I guess it could.
it could go either way. Dollar whatever.
I'm gonna sound in my head like dollar. Look like
So
dollar
Pat,
menu
you need
Arby's.
to hear him again.
I'd like to hear him again.
Okay, so number one is hose so busted, hose is so crusty. These bitches is my sons, and I don't want custody. And number two is whole squad on fleek, limousine full of Barbies. These other hoes cheap, look like dollar menu Arby's. Does Arby's have a dollar menu, by the way?
I have no idea.
I know.
I
I've never been to
Arby's
Arby's.
once,
I've never been
and
to
it was
Arby's.
because I had to wait inside there while waiting for my mom to pick me up from a movie. Did not order anything.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about Arby's.
Because it's like, if you're gonna go to Arby's, just get a sandwich from literally anywhere else in the world.
There should be
But I'm
a
gonna say
fantasy
that
football
the
punishment.
first one is you, second one is the rapper.
Okay, Willie.
I would think the first one is you, but the grammar is so terrible that I'm kind of thinking it's not you, knowing who you are. But
I have
like,
good grammar.
I know you're like good at these things, so like you could obviously like pull a fast one on me. But out of pure competition for me and Patch, which whatever, I'm gonna go with the second one, whole squad on fleek being you.
Okay, so the second one is me, and number one is
Yeah.
I had to bring out an old gem. It's a song called "Stupid Ho" by Nicki Minaj. It is a
Ah,
classic.
Damn.
Like some of
Nikki.
the lyrics, like I think I had them up before. Like she's like, "Ice my wrists, I piss on bitches." Something about shiznits in there. Um, something about jizz somewhere. Like it might be the worst written song of all time. No offense to Nicki, great artist, but yeah, it is just like the
Yeah.
chorus is her saying, "You a stupid hoe." I think like
Oh,
40 times in a row.
yeah. Yep. Know
Yeah,
exactly what you're
I've
talking
it's
gotten
about.
the
just
last like 3 of these wrong, at least.
I'm getting too
I'd
good.
love to know
Yeah,
how good
you're
we've
too
actually
crafty
done,
with it.
Patch. But
What?
I'd love to know how good we've done. Because we're on. Wait, is
We could
this
have our
episode?
producer Grace go through every
This is episode
episode, and
10.
This is episode 10. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god.
been almost a whole year since we've been doing this, and we are on episode 10.
we're putting
Yeah, it's
out
funny.
almost an
Look at
episode
this.
a month.
9 months ago. 9 months ago.
Well, another
8,
6
8,
episodes.
7, 7, 7, 6, 4, 2. Now it's gonna be like 2 more. We've been just going farther and farther apart.
Well, to be fair, it's kind of nice we space them out so we have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
like stuff going on with life, and
Probably
then
not great
other.
for growing our audience, but whatever
Nah,
works.
we're not here to grow our audience. We're here to booze with the boys.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Part of
Fook the audience.
Yeah, they can go to bed.
But Willie, anything exciting going on in Hoboken since I've been there
You know, we're here last.
last weekend? Like I got back and I was just like, all right, I need to like taste alcohol again and eat real
Yeah,
food.
not much because honest. So, I was on in Houston 2 weeks ago, and then last week I was in
Oh
Houston
yeah,
all week working. So honestly, I went grocery shopping the first time today in like over a month because I ran out of groceries right before I went to Houston or a couple days before. So I just pushed it out. And I was like, whatever. And I haven't gotten
respect.
groceries since. So I
Yeah.
finally today
It's
we
been a
got
minute
groceries.
since I went grocery
You
shopping.
know, what does groceries include?
Okay, well, okay, what category? Like, I gotta,
Like,
I
is
spent
it
all.
like food shopping or
No,
like
yeah, food shopping.
hygiene? Oh,
I
okay.
had like zero. I think I had rice still.
Just rice.
Yeah, I don't know what else I had. Maybe
Recommendation.
like an empty jar of peanut butter as well before today. That's about all I
Oh,
had.
I found this diamond in the rough in the frozen food sections. You can
Diamond
get
in the rough.
diamond in the rough. You can get like it's a box of 15 taquitos.
Oh yeah, dude, I get those all the time. They're
Oh,
great.
they're delicious,
The
dude.
light blue box.
Yeah, the chicken and
Yeah,
cheese ones. They're
those
so
are
good.
so
And
tangy.
also it said
So
15
tangy.
on the box. They gave me 18. So damn.
Where do you go shopping?
King's or ShopRite, they both had them.
ShopRite? I gotta look for it because I go to ShopRite too.
They both had them when I went. And they are fucking delicious. And plus, I could have like 3, and it's like a decently filling. Like it's not gonna fill you up, but it's like if you need to hold me over, it's good.
Dude, you know what
I've
the
been doing
best
those.
frozen meals are?
What?
Are Trader Joe's frozen
Yeah.
meals.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, oh
Pepper
yeah.
They're
chicken tikka
unmatched.
masala. That shit
I haven't
is
had those in years though. That's like I need to buy them because those are always so good. They have good wings too.
they do, dude. They have good everything. They're
And
Yeah,
they're
better
cheap,
than
dude.
mac and cheese, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
They're
really cheap.
they're cheap.
The
Nice.
cheapest grocery store in like any city because
Yeah.
no matter what Trader Joe's location you go to in America, it's all the same prices.
Yeah. Although the one by me is always, here's the time I go, always just so crowded. Always.
Yeah.
You know
You
what?
gotta
Because
find a really like strange time to get there.
Yeah, you know what? I also I don't know if it's because of this, but they also have because I live in a city type, and they have a parking garage for it's for Trader Joe's, but anyone can technically park there and just pay. But because they have the parking garage, I feel like a lot of people just drive there from farther away. Like you go to other places, people are walking or whatever. But I feel like just no matter what, oh my god, it's ridiculous. But
Dude, Trader Joe's also has
but
really, really cheap wine.
oh,
You
I
can
didn't
get a
even see
bottle.
they
You can
sold
get like a
wine.
decent bottle of wine. Like it's obviously not like great, but you can get a decent bottle of wine for $3 at Trader Joe's.
Wait,
Bro, that's
shut
like
up! You're lying.
I'm gonna
For
get
real.
Because
alcohol
I'm about to.
Used
poisoning.
to back in college, dude. Jess would drive us to Trader Joe's, and I would stock up on like 10 bottles of wine for $30.
Because if that's true, and the Trader Joe's by me has it, I'm gonna go tomorrow and get.
Well, that's also the thing.
That's insane though. $3.
In some places, you can't sell liquor or like booze in a grocery store. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely good because I've gotten beer at an Acme,
Okay,
so
then you should be good
or
then. I feel
beer. They
like
have
in
beer,
those
liquor,
types
and
of
wine at an
places, they
Acme, so
have
I
to
should
be
be
all
okay.
over.
Yeah.
But they also, if they don't, they'll probably have a Trader Joe's liquor store nearby. Like they have specific locations where they, in some like areas where they can't have the grocery store and the booze in the same place, they'll have designated Trader Joe's liquor stores like 2 doors down from the grocery store.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm still caught up on $3 for a whole bottle of wine.
Oh, and it's like, it's
That's a.
not bad. It's pretty decent wine, and
It,
for
Well,
the
what
it's
kind of
gonna
price,
wine are you
cost you
getting?
more money to make it.
No, it doesn't.
you can get all types of wine. Like they have rosés, they have whites, they have reds,
Perfect. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to
all
go
super
look.
cheap.
Well, also like I know in Italy, yeah, like a bottle of wine for like $1 or something great.
Dollar bottle.
I mean that.
Italy's different though. They make it like right there, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know how they're. I mean, yeah, but the Trader Joe's selling wine for $3. I mean, it must be
it's
made.
their wine. It's their brand of wine.
Yeah, so they must be making it though. Like, I
Probably in
guess if
In
it's their
California.
America.
wine, I guess it doesn't matter where in America it's made. But I would assume that where they're making it is normally probably close to where they're,
I mean,
ship
wherever it
selling it.
is made, it has to have the climate for growing
Right.
grapes.
Right.
I thought Americans just imported everything, so I always assume
No,
shit's imported because
No, dude, most of the wine you drink is probably made in California.
yeah, I don't drink wine, so
you should get on the
a lot,
wave.
a lot of beer. I heard wine's actually very healthy. Like a glass of wine a night is like healthy for you.
A glass of Pinot
Yes.
Noir a night is actually healthy for you. There's a lot
Like
of
red wine,
antioxidants or
not white
something.
wine, but red
Get
wine
red.
is like yeah,
Well, white wine has a lot of sugar in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, white wine has a lot of
something
sugar.
like
Right.
that.
I like
That's
Some
red
something
and
I
white.
learned in
like
I learned in BMT. You
they're
got to
on the
stay away
bottle.
from sugars and saturated fats.
The red wine
And
it is.
trans fats and saturated fats are bad. And then
Isn't trans fats like animal fat?
something like that. I don't know what it is. I just know it's bad for you. And then
Isn't it like
the
every
unsaturated fats are
product,
good.
like every single product is like zero trans fats because it's like, well, yeah, why would you put like pig grease in Cheetos?
Hey, you never know. Bacon grease still makes like if you ever make bacon and then cook like an omelet in the pan after,
Oh, it makes it so much better.
Yeah.
yeah, that's trans fats right there. It's got to be right,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
something like that.
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck a trans fat really is.
Patch's
I just
Yeah,
inklings
said
me
are
that.
neither.
correct. Who knows? Who knows? Well, do we want to get into the hour? So, if we want to maybe do superpower, side effect, and wrap up. I know that we talked about who was gonna do it, and I don't think we answered that question
We
before
didn't.
we
We didn't
started
answer it.
because we're
We had
so
we
always
had
unprepared.
2 months to plan.
All right, who wants
Yeah.
to do what? Why don't we just leave it up for auction? Who wants it?
I thought it was the same person that had to do both now, right?
Yeah, we're doing same
Oh,
person,
okay.
like both now. It's
Who's
I think
who's
easier.
we did
feeling
last
creative?
one.
Who's got the creative juices flowing right now? None of you.
All right. Let me think.
I mean, you can all think of something good, and just let the viewers
Okay,
sit in
I've got
silence.
something that's just like decent. Ready?
Okay, yeah,
All right,
go for it.
That's two.
I like that because I don't have to do it.
So it's a very strong power, but the side effect, well, you'll see.
Okay.
So you can control the wind. You're Aang from Avatar: The
Okay,
Last Airbender.
fair.
You're
Okay.
an airbender.
Okay.
But you always feel like you have sand in your teeth.
Ah, what the
You know when you
fuck?
go to the beach,
Always.
get a little bit of sand on a chip
Like
or
a
something,
popcorn
and
kernel or something
take a
stuck in
crunch, and
there?
you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
that would
Even when
piss
you're
me
always
trying to
off.
feel-
sleep, and all times.
Well, anytime you bite down, you feel like
Okay.
there's a little bit of sand in there.
You know what? I take it because I
I
feel
would
like
take-
you get used to it
yeah.
after a bit.
I don't know, man.
I think it's a
Everything you
big
eat
learning
for the rest
curve.
of your life, you feel like you're eating sand.
Yeah, but
time?
eventually, like
Even
I think
ice cream,
eventually
like-
you'll be okay with it. But it's gonna take a long time.
It would take a while. Here's the
It's a
thing. I'm not
sacrifice.
sure I would get used to it before I went clinically insane.
That's also
Fair.
a good point.
That's fair.
Because like I know what it's like to not have sand in my teeth. Like, I feel like if you were born with it,
I
then
hope
it's
so.
like you're like, oh, this is normal. But like now that I know like what it's like not to have sand in my teeth all the time, I don't know. But I think I would take it, but like I'm not saying I would regret taking it. You know, like I might regret taking it,
Yeah.
but you get to
It
control
comes
the
from
fucking
thinking.
wind. So
But yeah, but like, what am I really gonna do with in control?
hey, I
Like, can
mean,
someone give me some benefits? Like, what am I? Or am I
Well,
just?
if you get a gliding suit, you can fly.
you'd be an amazing sailor.
That's true. I would be an amazing sailor. You're
Become
right.
an Olympic sailor.
That
and
would
make-
be cool. Okay.
You know,
Convince me with the Olympic sailor.
maybe like your crush is wearing a skirt one day, and you're like, "Phew," you know. I'm just saying. If you were
All
a
right.
pervert, if you were a pervert, you'd
So
terrible person.
yeah, that's all
There you go, Pete.
right. So we're both gonna say yes.
Yeah, I'd definitely take that power.
That was a good one though. I respect the hustle on the sand because that's
Now, if you
a
said
tough pill to
popcorn
swallow.
kernel, if you said popcorn kernel in the teeth,
Oh, just
no, actually, I probably still would have
I'd
said
still
yes,
do it.
but
popcorn kernels.
it's like permanent kernel in there.
Oh, okay.
I think I would take it too. I would. It would suck for a
Yeah, it
long
would
time,
suck.
but I don't know. I feel like you could make a lot of money controlling the wind,
Oh, easily.
and then who knows? Maybe you just get your teeth removed and
Yeah,
get some
get
implants.
dentures.
But if you get dentures, I feel. Oh, well then you wouldn't feel it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, I guess you would
I don't know
still
how
like
that works.
feel like a crunch.
Well, you would hear the crunch. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's a way to get rid of it. I don't think you should be able to.
No, there's
Yeah.
no way to get rid of it.
forever.
Even your gums have sand.
Jesus. Okay, let's stop adding worse things to make me reconsider my whole life on this question.
God, good to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, felt good.
Well, thanks everyone. That was I think that was a good episode. I think we had some pretty interesting discussions.
Good
Good
topics.
catching up.
And it was nice catching up with the boys. Done it. It's nice to just sit and just chit chat
Yeah.
without all the distractions. Um,
That being
So-
said, let's go get distracted.
what?
So that being said, let's go get distracted.
Yeah, let's go get distracted. Thanks
Down for
everyone
that.
for watching or listening. I know we definitely don't have any, somewhere to donate to, but since it was Mother's Day yesterday,
Get
go
your
give-
mom a gift.
yeah, I hope you got your mom a gift. If you
Another
didn't,
one.
get her a late one. Give your mom a hug. Tell her you love her. Be with family. They're important. Get them in your lives.
Shout out to all the moms out there.
Shout out to all the mothers out
Shout out
there.
to the
Yeah.
moms. We love you.
Love you, mothers. All right. Thanks for listening or watching,
Are you
everyone.
two-finger guy?
Tell your mom you love her, and have a good rest of your day or night or whatever. Yeah. Bye.
Afternoon.